Want to bet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where can I do it?
You can do it at Sports Interaction. It's Canada's sportsbook.
Yeah.
Every hockey, football, and basketball game at your fingertips. And the World Cup is almost here. We're going to be talking about some of that throughout the month of November. So excited. You can bet pregame, live and play, or one of our many prop bets made for Canadians by Canadians. It's Sports Interaction, and it makes it easy to deposit, play, and cash out. Why are we raising the roof? Because you need to join now and see all that sports betting has to offer. Go to sportsinteraction.com/SDPN. That's sportsinteraction.com/SDPN. Ontario only, 18 plus. Please raise the roof and play responsibly.
This is very strange.
Do you want to talk about the Mike Rupp clip?
Yes.
With Auston Matthews? I was going to include that in the Leafs pack, and then this broke, and then it was sort of, because it's made the rounds, and we reached out to Mike, by the way, who's a great guy, and he didn't have time to come on the show today.
What show was he on?
What show was he on?
On this network.
Oh, he was on Agent Provocateur.
Second ever episode.
That's right. Yes, he was. And we talked about his Stanley Cup winning goal and negotiating with Lou Lamoriello. It's a great show, a great episode. You should check it out. Mike's one of the warmest guys that we've ever had on.
He released a clip saying Auston Matthews is a hunk of garbage.
Yeah, he said, wow, oh my goodness, the Leafs should trade him for Connor McDavid and Sebastian Aho and
gun to the earth.
Rasmus Dahlin.
Matthews or Konecny? I'm taking Konecny.
So you're not going to see the video here because technically that's Sportsnet property. If we ran it on the channel, they'd be after us. But we are going to have Mike Rupp's breakdown, and I'm sure you've seen this on Twitter.
No, not everybody's always online.
Okay, so basically this is after the...
And bless them.
This is after the Matthews goal.
Normal people listen to the show.
Towards the end of the game, Matthews scores, and... Sorry, not Matthews scores. Matthews around the net.
He was around the net.
And it's right before Konecny goes after Matthews, right? And then you remember that scrum, right? Where Bunting jumps and then Giordano's like, I'm gonna Superman.
Spear.
Yeah, Superman spear. Like, that was crazy. I love Mark Giordano. Man, he's awesome.
It didn't quite have the form of a spear. It was more like gore from Rhino.
Yeah.
ECW days.
Oh, yeah.
Gore. Gore.
So,
unreal.
So listen, I want you to understand, because Mike Rupp put out the very controversial opinion about Auston Matthews on this one. Have a listen, Jesse.
All right, I'm sure everybody's seen it to this point, but we're going to go through. Auston Matthews takes a shot by Travis Konecny, and I'm okay, and I love this, actually, that Auston goes after him, right?
Me too.
Goes in there, gives him a whack. You're not allowed, you can't just take a run at me, okay? And comes in, lays a cross-check. That's all good.
Identical
Konecny
cross-check
gives him
to
a
the one
whack.
he got suspended for
Matthews
on
gives him
Dahlin,
a whack.
It just
And then
didn't ride
Konechny's
up
like,
his shoulder.
all right, let's go. And Auston doesn't have to fight here. He does not have to fight here, although he's the one who kind of started this whole thing as far as going after him in the corner. But you can't just stand there and be okay with your teammates coming to your defense. And
just pausing it there. We all heard the part where he said he doesn't have to fight there, right? Okay, cool.
you just laugh about it. We've seen this movie. I've seen this time and time again with Auston. Playing the cool card doesn't work. It doesn't float. It may scoop by, it may look cool on social media, but inside that locker room, at some point, it's going to wear thin. When you've got this situation, you've got a 39-year-old warrior that's been playing the game hard from day one, worked for everything he's got. He's got to come in here and fight this fight for you. You're going to smile, okay? That's the first part. Second part, Michael Bunting, Calder finalist last year, line mate, second-year man. You're okay with him getting involved. There's Kelly Yarncroke, Rasmus Sandin, and here's the thing. Auston Matthews is going to stand here, and your situation in this is you grab onto somebody to keep it even, right? Look at the body language here by Matthews. One arm, barely up. Barely up. It's like a wet noodle. Touch, look away, turn around, look down at the ice. Won't even look anybody in the eyes. But you're okay with all this going on? All these other extracurriculars? Let's back it up a second and just look how weird this looks. Chaos is ensuing. Bodies are going everywhere. I see the referees are showing more liveliness than Auston Matthews.
Yarncroke in there.
Standing, that looks weird. I'm sorry, it does. And this is going to roll forward. It's going to continue. Konechny's going to come back, let him know what he thinks of him. Austin's going to initiate again. Whack. Nope. I'll let the young kid take care of this. Going to stand here.
Bunting is older.
Smile on his face. If things don't change in Toronto, if this team doesn't start getting some team toughness and having a backbone, they ain't going anywhere. They're not winning anything.
Well, listen. When I tell you tweeting about that clip yesterday is one of the greatest regrets of my life,
How did it go?
I mean it.
What did you say and how did it go?
I said a bunch of things, and listen, I don't want to sound like a boomer. Twitter is the worst vessel for communication ever invented.
Yeah.
Ever fucking
Are you paying
invented.
$8 a month to use Twitter?
I would pay $8 a month to never have to use it.
Yeah.
again.
Is there a way out for us at this point?
Oh, like I'm watching the whole website burn to ash, and as someone who needs it for work actively and like has grown because of it, I cannot wait for its demise. I'm so excited to be done with it forever. And I'm not sick of people. I'm sick of the type of conversation we have on that godforsaken, fatherless, motherless piece of shit
Give
website.
it to me. Give it to me.
Yeah,
Read
tell us
it.
what happened.
Read it.
What happened?
Like, okay.
What happened?
I'm trying to find what I said. Let me find was because I decided to get in trouble again today
Okay.
by saying, people deserve a living wage. Sorry about that.
We have a shirt that says, it's your face and it says never tweet. A fan made that for us, right?
Oh, really? Yes.
And they sent it in.
Don't. Don't.
No,
good
I don't
shirt.
think it's never tweet. It's no, go ahead, tweet. No, tweet first.
No tweet first. Yes, that's the shirt.
No tweet first.
I forget which fan. Shout out you for making
That was
shirt.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh boy, look at me going off. Yeah, that always works, bud. What the fuck are you doing? There's too many to read. Honestly.
Give us something.
I know. So the first one is I say, look, Matthew should avoid fighting at almost all costs.
Yes.
But there's 100% an element of truth here. One day there won't be an Igor Zamula. That was the player that he noodled. There won't be an Igor Zamula to latch onto. Someone's going to drop the gloves and your teammates are preoccupied. Now what? Sidney Crosby, who super should never fight, has 8 fights in 1,299 games. Ovechkin has 4 fights in 1,432 games. Stamkos has 6. Even Tavares has a fight on his card against Alexander Burmistrov from 2010.
Wow, that's funny. I didn't know that.
With the Thrashers. Odds are, while rare, it's going to happen. Then what? Someone said, you take fighting out of hockey and just play hockey. In what other sport is this a conversation? Football literally shortens people's lives, and even they are like, yeah, no, we are here to play football. I said, listen, man, I totally get it. Fighting is going to leave hockey in our lifetime. I said that years ago on the podcast.
You said that in our first season.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're out of your mind.
Fighting is going to leave hockey in our lifetime. It might take 5 years. It might take 30. I think it'll eventually happen. Until it does, it's a factor. And there's I said a bunch of other shit. Someone said, how many fights do McKinnon and McDavid have? And I said, McKinnon has 8 in the NHL, 2 in the queue. McKinnon boxes in the off season. He's ready and willing. McDavid had 2 OHL fights. In one of them, he missed his opponent, punched the boards, and broke his hand.
I remember that.
He almost missed the World Juniors
Yes.
because of it. And then they ended up winning gold. I don't think they do without him. He also has some snarl these days, which Matthews does, but nobody says, which I thought was a nuanced take talking about Matthews does have snarl more than people think. And Rupp even said at the beginning of the clip, I love this from Matthews. But
Why are you such a fucking idiot?
I don't know.
I
I love you, by the way.
With
I don't
Rupp.
know. I was shortlisted for the gifted program. I took a test. I didn't get in. It ruined my relationship with education. Anyway, usually these stories are saved for my therapist.
I agree with Rupp in the sense that I think Matthews should have just grabbed a guy.
Just
Like I didn't play hockey, but I know in the scrum, let's just do this and hold on to each other until all the chaos is done. Matthews should have just picked a guy and held on to him. Like I don't hate that take because the you standing there smiling, that doesn't look good to the rest of the guys in the league who are like, look at Matthews fucking smiling. Like, I'm gonna beat him up next time, you know? They call him some words in the locker room.
Yeah.
That you don't want that. Just grab a guy.
No, I don't think Auston Matthews, whose bread and butters is his wrister, should be fighting with a surgically repaired wrist.
Don't fight. Like,
No. No, I like, one thing that's been talked about over the years, less lately, more when he joined the team, is, it'd be nice for, thank you, Jesse. It'd be nice for, Tavares to throw a punch. I do not think John Tavares, who had a traumatic concussion, should be fighting. I don't think Sidney Crosby, who missed like 2 of the best years of his career,
should be fighting.
Due to concussion, should be fighting.
So what do you think?
Do something.
Yeah, grab somebody.
Do something.
Hold on. Let's hug each other till the ref blows.
So,
Can we all
everybody
stop
off the
pretending
ice.
like we don't know exactly what I'm talking about? Like, how many fights have you seen that got you out of your chair and you were like, yeah, involved no punches landed whatsoever, and they just wrestled? That's all.
Well, Giordano, I don't even know if there was any punches. That was just a spear.
I don't know.
I think.
What if someone sticks up for you and gets knocked the fuck out?
So the other side of it.
How about that?
Okay, well, I mean, listen, you don't get to control that. You don't get to. That's like
that's bad.
I guess not.
you don't get to control.
No,
you
you're
don't
right.
get to control that. I think the other side of it is, and I'm just gonna let me be the other side, completely the other side.
Go for it.
If I'm looking at this, I'm like, I'm fucking thrilled as a Leaf fan because you don't touch. That's the guy who is the untouchable one, and
I'm thrilled with the team's
No,
reaction.
I know, but let me finish this
Sure.
because I don't want Matthews touching anyone. If he so much as
Me
bruises a pinky, that's a problem for me.
Up
And
90 seconds left.
Already got a back injury this year because Jamie Benn almost put his stick right through his spinal cord.
Yep.
And I think so. Leaf fans are like, yo, this guy is unfucking touchable. And the Leafs team hasn't in the past, is now finally acting like, no, you actually can't touch him. And I think Matthews is sort of laughing and looking away because he's like, you're not going to touch me anymore.
But you're
and
not.
that to me was like a bit of a team bonding moment. I wonder if the Leafs look at that and go, yeah, fucking right. We defended our guy because he doesn't do this. We do this.
Someone brought up John Scott versus Phil Kessel, which
It's a bit of a...
which this super isn't.
No.
By the way, Travis Konecny gives up like 4 inches and many pounds to Auston Matthews. And someone was like, well, what if Matthews just tomahawked him and tried to chop him down, tried to redwood him like Kessel did with John Scott. You know what everyone forgets about that brawl? Phil Kessel grabbed a guy and beat the shit out of him. It was Flynn on Buffalo. I forget his first name.
Matt Flynn?
Brian? Or maybe I'm thinking of Brian Glynn because he has the same last name as me. He used to play for the Minnesota North Stars. Anyway, or was it Dallas? Doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Kessel grabbed a guy, and he didn't even have to do that much.
Mm-hmm.
I assume the other guy was throwing punches.
Yeah.
But
I don't think
he
Mike...
did something.
I
Listen,
don't
Leaf
think
fans, I don't
Auston
think Mike
Matthews is untouchable because I think anybody on the ice is touchable in the sense that it's a contact sport and you want to go after Auston Matthews, you can.
So in the 80s, I know everybody's going to roll their eyes. In the 80s, you touched Wayne, you died.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, Scott Wheeler pointed that out.
You touched Wayne, you died.
That was it.
And
That's it. That's all.
is Austin Wayne? No, but he's our Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think the Leafs need more snarl in the lineup. I talked about that on Monday. I was happy to see this. And I was happy
From
that
the team?
I was thrilled to see it from the team. I would say that I disagree with Rupp because I think, and I, having met Mike, it's not like he's like, Mike's not, I hate your fucking team. That's not Mike Rupp, right? But it's one of those situations where, okay, yeah, he can grab a guy or whatever. To me, let those guys who have not yet proven that they're going to stand up for somebody on this team. This team is known for not standing up for its players and shit, like especially its stars. You saw it with Morgan Riley earlier this year when he jumped on whoever it was. I forget what it was. Morrissey during the Winnipeg game. It's nice to actually see this. And I think sometimes people forget in the context of what the Leafs have done for the last 3 years, where they've just gotten mobbed by Columbus, Boston, sometimes by Tampa.
Montreal.
Maybe Matthews should step to the side and go, hey, you guys, you also get paid. You do something. He's carried this team. 60 goals last year. So to me, I understand what Rupp's saying, but I would disagree in the sense that I think it's time that we let some of these other guys who are actually brought in to do some of those jobs, do them.
Yep. Listen, I totally agree, man. Did you see how we're agreeing and disagreeing and we're weaving?
No, you're a fucking idiot.
Steve's just sitting here.
I'm
upset
subbing
at
your
Twitter.
channel.
I'm
Unsubbing you.
You're fucking done.
Unsubbing you. How are you someone's father?
fuck. At the dawn of man,
We got to start from zero. Every conversation.
the copper age, fuck my life. But anyway, I'm not asking him to throw haymakers. I'm just asking him to do something.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get a little physical in those scuffles.
And he does. Underratedly, he does.
And he also
Like,
throws hits from time to time.
The one issue, the one thing I would take
Not
issue
Ovi.
with what Rupp said is, and I don't know if this was his intent, but what he said made it seem like this is the same Auston Matthews who got ragdolled by the Canadians and Ben Sherratt in 2020 or 2021? 2021.
2021.
That
Season.
It's that period of time is a blob.
Yeah.
But no, it was 2021. Last year, he was nothing like that player. Like, forget that he scored 60 goals. I think part of the reason he scored 60 goals is he made room for himself. He was mangling guys. He was hitting guys. Like, Matthews was a 4-dimensional player last year. He was excellent defensively. He was scoring goals from everywhere. He was a playmaker. And he could smash you through the boards because he's 225 pounds.
And 6'3".
And probably a faster, more efficient skater than you because he's one of the best hockey players in the world.
Huge.
Yeah, he's huge. He's huge. And he doesn't get enough credit for that. I'm not asking him to fight Travis Konecny. I'm not. But like, I remember, who was it? Niskanen? Crosby fought someone on the Stars years ago, and I remember it was super weird. And I was like, him? Okay. But I'm willing to bet all the Penguins watched from the bench the exact same way we all did, and we all went, why? That's kind of neat.
Or no.
Well, they might have also been like, oh fuck, shit. I mean, Riley, I'm pretty sure iced his knuckle after that fight, and I was like, oh no, Morgan, no. Like, listen, there's consequences to fighting.
Yes.
There are. I'm not asking him to fight and get hurt.
Bear hug.
Well,
Matt
day,
Sundin would bear hug people.
if I would love to know the conversation after that game or the next day, if there was one, between John Tortorella and Igor Zamula. It's torts, remember.
Interesting.
It's torts, remember. Igor, at least drop your fucking gloves.
Yes.
Is what I imagine was said. Like, think of it from a Flyers perspective. Why does Matthews get out of that scot-free?
Yeah, because he sort of like has his stick on Zamula, right? And that's it.
Barely.
They just kind of breathe on each other.
He cross-checks 2 different people.
Yeah.
Because he does the initial one on Konecny and then he comes back.
He cross-checks Konecny twice.
Oh, it's Konecny twice?
Yes, yeah.
So, like, as a Flyers from perspective, he shouldn't get away with that.